Hello, everyone, and welcome. This is Paulina Solda, your host and creator of Meet and Marry Mr. Right online training event. Today is October 6th, and I am super excited to have a surprise live webinar bonus session with Mike Goldstein. So, Michael is a one-on-one dating coach, founder of Easy Dating, and he's an online dating specialist for women who he has been featured on multiple media, Today Show, Reader's Digest, The Star Ledger, Shape Magazine, and many more. And the most amazing thing about Mike is that 83% of his clients enter relationships during coaching, and he currently has 100% client satisfaction rate. So 6 out of 7 of his clients' marriages have come from online dating. So definitely online dating works. And Michael has access to the dating analytics of some major online dating sites. So he uses this data to ensure that all of his clients are in the top 5% of online daters. So, and today he's going to reveal some of his best secrets that only his private clients have access to. So you can learn the sure way, shortcuts, how you can get to the top 5%. So, Mike, welcome. So great to have you here today.
Helena, thank you so much for the introduction and having me. I am so excited to be here and cannot wait to tell everyone all my tips and secrets for online dating. Anyway, guys, let's get started. Quick things, if you want to ask me any questions, on the right-hand side, there's a questions tab, so write any questions you want, and if we have time at the end, I will get to them. Anyway, let's get started. So I'm Mike Goldstein, your Easy Dating Coach. Why should you listen to me? I've been on the Today Show. I've written for Shape Magazine. I've written for NJ.com, Star Ledger. I've written for the Reader's Digest. And I've written for countless other publications, but we ran out of room to put all the pictures. So here we are. What do I look like? Here's some pictures of me. So you actually have a face to all this talking. This is me. What are my results? Paulina alluded to some of this, but the reason I'm here talking today is because 83% of my clients get into a relationship, which I believe is industry leading. I guarantee 2 high-quality dates per week. 6 of my 7 client marriages have been from online dating. 100% of all my private clients become part of the top 5% of online daters. And what's really cool about today is that I'm literally going to teach you all my best stuff. Like, this is the stuff people pay a lot of money for. I'm giving it to you all for free. And if you use it, you will be in the top 5% of online daters. And why is that so cool? Is because if you think about the top 1% of wealth, well, the top 1% have most of the money. Well, it's not that different for online dating. The top 5% of online daters get most of the messages. And most importantly, get all the high-quality guys. So the top 5% means that you're going to get 10 times more messages than you get today, but most importantly, you're going to get 10 times higher quality matches. And so that's going to be really exciting. And what's probably the best part is instead of going on 200, 300 dates, you're actually only going to need to meet 6 to 8 men using my system to find someone you like and hopefully become exclusive with. So that's the best part, and that's why it's not that hard for me to get so many clients into relationships, because I don't have to get them to meet that many men. So let me guess, you tried online dating but hated it. You're not alone. I actually keep track of the stats, and 95% of my clients and the people I talk to tell me they don't love online dating. So it's just 1 out of 20 people tell me that they actually like it. So you're not alone. So online dating frustrations, men who lie about their age and height, men who can't spell, men who are way older and unattractive, men who want someone younger, men who offer nothing of substance, men who think you are hot is a good opener. Whoa. Men who start a great conversation then disappear. Believe me, I've seen it all, and I couldn't be more sympathetic. Then again, online dating does work. 35% of all marriages in the past 3 years started online. What's cool about this data is that it's actually old and the numbers are better now. 50 million Americans have tried online dating. Once again, this is probably about 2 or 3 years old, this data, so it's even higher. But with the old data, 1 out of 3 marriages, a little over that is started from online dating. So exciting stuff. So online dating is working for millions. Why has it not worked for you? So keep watching. Together, what we're going to do today is we're going to create a one-of-a-kind profile, the opportunity to attract 10 times higher quality men, and I'm going to teach you a fast and efficient email technique for obtaining the best possible suitors. I love this. It's very controversial. A lot of people think I'm crazy, and I probably am, but it really works and will get you a lot of high quality dates. And most importantly, it won't have men disappearing or ghosting as much. It won't have you spending hours upon hours doing online dating. My system's pretty cool because the most efficient people and the best people only really spend an hour to an hour and a half a week using my system, and they find relationships. If you have to use more time, you're not using my method right. So exciting stuff. All right, so meeting people is hard. Online dating exists and works to make it easier. You just have to know how to use it properly. Why listen to me? Great question. So I'm not the smartest guy out there, certainly not, but I do have access to the dating analytics of 3 major online dating sites. And so everything I say is purely based on data. Nothing is just me kind of shooting from the cuff and hoping things work. I've been trying and tweaking my system for 10 years. And most importantly, I'm going to tell you stuff that is just factual. For example, your profile picture. Your actual face should only make up 8 to 15% of the picture, which is kind of shocking. You think, wow, you're pretty far away. Now, what's kind of cool about that is if you look at my picture right here on the bottom right, well, my picture is probably about 8%. So that's pretty close to the distance you want to be away from the camera for a good profile picture. And most people would think, oh, that's kind of far away. You can't really tell. But believe it or not, that far away gets you the most messages. All right, moving on. Before we begin, I'm going to give you a free gift. I'm sending you an online dating checklist that tells you literally everything you need to know to create the top 5% online dating profile. So basically, it'll be an outline of what this presentation is, and then you can kind of like check each thing off as you're accomplishing it. So it should be very helpful, but I would also take notes. And if for some reason you do not get it, feel free to email me after the presentation. I will send it to you. My email is datingcoachmike@gmail.com. All right, let's get started. Definitely grab a pen and paper. You're going to want to take notes. This is definitely different than anything you've ever done, but it works. All right, first thing is, what online dating site is the best? And so unless you have very specific needs, the very best one is OkCupid. And what do I mean by specific needs? Like if you need something extremely, like you're a super fitness person and you only date other people that are super fitness, well then maybe you want to find a niche site for that. But if you're just part of the general public, I love OkCupid. Now, why do I love OkCupid? For a few reasons. First being, the guys who started it are from Harvard. The 2 guys went to Harvard. They're very smart. They created a very good algorithm. Now, what I've found through their algorithm is that when you go on a date, they have a thing called match percentage. If you go on a date with a match percentage of 90% or higher, 85% of the time, you'll have a good conversation on that date. So that's amazing. Could you imagine 85% of your dates, you have a good conversation? Now, I'm not saying that you're going to fall in love on every date and you're going to want to go on a second date. But if 85% of the time you have a good conversation, well, quite frankly, you don't need to meet that many guys to find one that you actually connect with and that you're interested in. The other thing, the reason I don't like some of the, what's it called, the swiping apps like Tinder or Bumble. Everyone on here is extremely busy. And if you're just going to date based on looks, you're not efficiently using your time. So if you swipe and then you're like, okay, I'll meet him for a date. And, realistically, most people only have time to go on 1 or 2 dates per week. If you go on a date, you know nothing about the person, then most of the time you don't have a good time. So that's why I love OkCupid. You've got the match percentage, you've got a great algorithm that works, and then you've also got very lengthy, long profiles that tell you about them, like whether they want kids, what age they want to date, are they good communicators, can they spell, what are they interested in, do they like the same things you're into? Extremely important. The swipe apps, although very popular right now, are not efficient ways to date if you're looking for love. Now, we're going to move on to profile picture. This is where it begins, and as you can see, this could very well be where it ends. So profile pictures are extremely important. There could be Shakespeare written in your profile. Your words could be Cupid's arrow itself straight into his heart. But if you don't have an attention-grabbing picture, he'll never know. So one thing about profile pictures, it is the gatekeeper. Guys are extremely visual, as we all know, and they are 100% not going to read your profile unless they see a picture that they're attracted to. Now, no one's perfect, so try your best with these profile pictures. A few pictures is better than none at all, so do your best. Now, here are the rules that you need to use. This one's very simple. Always go by yourself. If you look at the picture on the left, it's like, oh my God, which one is she? Is she the center one? Is she the right one? And really worse than that is the other girls, if she is the middle one, the girls on the right and the left are very attractive. So the one thing is, if you do unfortunately need to be in a picture with other people, make sure they're really, really bad looking so that the reference point makes you look even better. So very important, but more important than that is just try to be by yourself if you can. Definitely do not be with the opposite sex. When you're looking for a guy, I don't care if the guy on your right is the picture on the right, if that guy is your brother, it doesn't matter. No guys, we immediately get jealous. We don't want any competition. There's already enough competition in this world. We just want to deal with you, not worry about other guys. So here's perfect. This is a great picture. She looks stunning. She looks, most importantly, she looks sophisticated, but also very attractive. Not showing off anything, but very attractive. This picture's a winner. So this is really interesting. So data has proven that having the picture as square as possible will actually get a lot more messages. So make sure you're centered, make sure everything's in the middle. Extremely important. Rule number 3, be at a comfortable distance. Don't be too far or too close to the camera. So on the left, way too far away. You have no idea what she looks like. And then, of course, on the right, you got Keira Knightley, who is way too close. And I didn't know this was possible until we found this picture, but we even made Keira Knightley look bad. Amazing. I didn't know it was possible. So a good comfortable distance. For example, this woman, this is a very good distance. Her face probably makes up about 15-17% of the picture. And of course, we're taking out the hair. So just the actual face of her is at a good distance. She looks absolutely stunning. Every guy is going to want to click and learn about her to see if there's some similarities in the profile. Beautiful. Next. Everyone asked me this, so we've got to address it. What happens when you have cleavage on your profile picture? So data has shown us that a 32-year-old will receive 79% more messages with cleavage than without. Now, I'm not saying you should put cleavage in your pictures because you may get the wrong types of messages. And as we all know, on these sites, probably 90% of the messages anyway are not the ones you're looking for, so you're just going to add even more. So this is up for you, for everyone to try if they want and experiment with, but I don't think you're going to get the right pictures with Cleavage, even though you get a lot more of them. Next, you want to tell a story with your pictures. So a picture tells 1,000 words. So we look on the right here, and we got Machu Picchu. We got a beautiful woman. It's like, wow, she's well-traveled. She likes to hike. And it really tells us what she's all about. And most importantly, she's got a great smile. So very cool stuff. So the breakdown of pictures is 80% of them should be where you look absolutely stunning. So important. Look absolutely magnificent. Do not be afraid to put professional pictures up. Professional pictures are a great thing. You look great. I would try to sneak in 1 or 2 non-professionals just so they know you're a real person and not some robot. But anyway, you've got your 80% of your pictures where you look absolutely amazing. And then, now they're like, whoa, she is gorgeous. Then the 20% of pictures should be where you're doing something cool, where you're hiking Machu Picchu, where you're biking, you're doing yoga, you're reading a book, you're traveling, just anything cool. So now the story is, I just found the most beautiful girl on the planet, and then if we ever got together, we would do all these fun things together, whether it's hiking, biking, whatever. Our life could be amazing together. So that's the story we tell with our profile pictures. All right, so then there's also something to be cognizant of is getting meaningful messages. So the woman on the left that's playing guitar, well, she gets some interesting messages like, you know, what kind of music do you play and so forth. But the woman who took a selfie on the right, you're in a bathroom, like, all right, come on. Let's take a little pride and show a little effort and that we care. That we're doing this for a reason, that we're here for a purpose. And so on the left, it's like, well, I want to communicate that I like music. On the right, okay, yes, she's pretty, but there's no story here whatsoever. And just a lack of effort, which quite frankly is a huge turnoff because, I mean, who cares? Why go after a girl that might not even want to settle down, you know? Same with guys. We need some effort. All right, very important. The more photos you have, the more messages you get. So OkCupid, for example, allows you to put 10. If you can put 10, that is awesome. If you've got a shaky, you're at 8 pictures and you're number 9 and then it doesn't look that great, stay at 8. You never want to put on some picture that's going to ruin it for you, if you will. But the more photos, the better. These are all great examples of photos. They've all got something cool going on. We got running, we got cooking, we got someone reading a book, we got horseback riding, we got going to a Rangers game. And then the bottom right one is part of our 80% where the woman just looks good, not necessarily doing something, but looks good. But most importantly, on the bottom right one, she's extremely happy. Some people will try to go with those sexy pictures where you're not smiling. They're okay, but we have found that the smiling pictures are going to do a lot better. And there's actually some psychology behind that. So the smiling pictures, men really, really want to make women happy. That's when they get the most fulfillment out of their lives, when a woman's happy. And so if you're smiling, they already think, wow, this woman's already happy. And hopefully when I date her, it's going to be easy to keep her happy. And that's what men are looking for. They want a woman that they know that if they spend the rest of their lives with, they can keep and make happy. And a woman that's happy is going to give him appreciation and just affection and appreciate him for everything he does. When he takes out the garbage, when he cooks dinner, when he helps her bring in the groceries. He wants someone who's going to say, oh, you're so strong and thank you so much. So a smiling woman alludes to being able to keep her happy forever. And I think you're probably all shocked that a smile does that much, but it really is super important. So I'd bypass the sexy, sexy eye pictures with no smiling and really go for smiling pictures. You'll be shocked at how much better they do. Next. So this we just talked about, selecting photos. I'm glad it's written down. 80% gorgeous, 20% varied situations where you tell a story. What I didn't mention is if somehow you can do both at the same time, well, that is by far the best picture you can possibly do. So by all means, if you can do that, do that. All right, let's move on to the profile. Okay. Be specific. I'm just going to pause because this is so important. This is the biggest game changer in online dating. So don't say, for example, on Friday nights, I either binge watch Netflix or grab dinner with friends. Let me go further into what you should not do. So 95% of profiles will use a lot of adjectives, and they'll say something like, well, my friends would say I'm nice, I'm compassionate, I'm sweet, I'm strong, and I'm a great friend, and I'm fantastic. And I'm sure you are fantastic. I'm sure you're amazing. Everyone's amazing. Everyone's special. But these adjectives mean different things to different people. So if one person describes someone as nice, nice might mean you go to the homeless shelter and you teach people how to use LinkedIn and get them jobs. Well, that's very nice. Or nice might mean you see a stranger on the street and you give them a high five. So nice just means very different things to very different people. So you can't use adjectives to describe yourself. It's like, I don't know what that means. No one knows what that means, these adjectives. But if you tell a story or are extremely specific, you can really be authentic and show exactly who you are. And this is the game changer that's going to get you high quality men for you. Because prior to this point, for most of us, our profiles, they're great. I'm sure everyone on here is a better writer than me, but in terms of strategy, the specificity has to be there, and then all of a sudden you're getting these guys that make sense for you. So what do I mean by that? So on the contrary to our Netflix, let's say Friday nights I make teriyaki salmon with maple Brussels sprouts and cream spinach, then I wake up Saturday morning at 8 a.m. and walk 3 miles in Central Park. If you have a good Brussels sprouts recipe, message me and I will definitely respond. Why is this an awesome message? First of all, it shows that you're not going out drinking and going crazy on a Friday night, so that shows your personality. Next, it shows that you're a morning person, kind of. So Saturday, you wake up at 8. Some people don't wake up till noon, others wake up at 5 in the morning. So how does he fit into your lifestyle? Does he wake up at 8? And then it shows that you go walk at Central Park. Now, is this fit into his lifestyle? Will he want to walk with you? Will he sleep in and, when you merge your lives? And then finally, the icing on the cake here. You're getting this guy. Men are extremely afraid of rejection. So when you say, I will definitely respond, you just got rid of his fear. Now this is awesome because now he can message you and not be afraid. And even better than that, he doesn't have to think about what to message you. He just has to send you a good Brussels sprout recipe. Now if the guy really wants to message you, he can just Google that. And what's wonderful about this is men don't like thinking, and some of these profiles are very hard to come up with something to say, so he doesn't have to think. He's just like, this is what she wants. She wants a Brussels sprout recipe. And she said she's going to respond. So I'm not afraid to message her. Now, I'm not saying you need to respond. That's perfectly fine not to. But at least we removed his fear of rejection. And I love this. And you can do this many different ways. It doesn't have to obviously be about Brussels sprouts. It could be my next travel destination is definitely going to be Thailand. If you've been, let me know some of the things I got to do while I'm there. And that's wonderful. So then all the guys that have been to Thailand can message you, and they'll tell you fun stuff to do, and boom, you're starting a conversation. What else can I say about being specific? Just that this page is one of the most important things of this whole presentation. And when you look back at your profile, I'm sure you've got a great outline, and then go really dive deep into it. Like even if you're saying your favorite meal is Italian under the food section, switch it to your favorite dish. Like say, I like whole wheat penne vodka with grilled chicken. So that tells a little bit like, this woman's trying to be a little health conscious because she does whole wheat. So it just gives a little more insight into who you are, just having the specificity versus generalities of, oh, I like Italian food. So we really want to show who you are in a profile. All right, let's move on. Do not talk about exes. Do not talk about previous relationships in your profile. This is so important. No one wants to hear about your baggage, especially so early. And let me go on top of this and say, you know those profiles where it's like, don't message me if. Ugh, I hate those. Those are the worst. Please, please, please do not write that stuff in your profile. Do not message me if you're not looking to get married and have kids and blah, blah, blah. No one wants a negative person, but if you can say stuff in a positive way, that's great. You could say like, what do you spend a lot of time thinking about? You can say, oh, my next chapter in life where I get married and have kids. Can't wait for it. That's exciting. That's positive. But don't be negative and get rid of people, because I promise you, if you have those negative things in your profile, you are going to scare away the good guys that are looking for the same thing as you, because they'll be like, ugh, this doesn't look like a woman that's happy or that I can keep happy for life. I'm not going to message her. So very important. In the profile, be honest and clear. So this goes back to authenticity. So who are you really? What are you looking for? And attract people who like you for you. Now, since I'm a huge studier of data, I could go out there and literally craft the profile that gets the most messages and the most high quality guys just by figuring out the best things that guys want to hear. That's not our goal here. Not our goal at all. Our goal is to get you the most high quality people for you. And so what that means is you have to be who you are. So even if you have some things that are considered less than normal, some of that needs to go in there so that people understand who you are, that you are maybe a little eccentric. And if you are eccentric, that means the guys who are into eccentric girls are going to reach out to you or respond to your messages. So if you love video games and play 5 days a week, include that. Say your favorite video game. I'm sure there's a guy out there that also likes video games, and then you guys will be a perfect match, assuming other things are in line. But definitely don't try to build a profile where you're saying what you think men want to hear, because then you're going to get the guy who wants the things that you made up, and instead of the guy that wants you for you. So super important. All right, last step. So we've been talking about how the algorithm of OkCupid is amazing and go after guys that are 90% or higher. 85% of the time you go on a good date. Well, in order for the algorithm to have any weight whatsoever, you need to answer at least 200 questions. And these questions will cause your match percentage. Now, I'm sure you're going to be going through these questions and be like, whoa, there's a lot of silly questions. So very important, make sure you put that the questions are of minimal importance to you. When you answer a question, you can put how important it is, and it's a little, somewhat, or very. So for questions that don't affect having a life partner or having a life relationship with a guy, make sure you put that it's a little important or irrelevant. The other thing is when you're looking at match percentage, make sure that the guy's answered at least 80 of the questions that you've answered, or once again, the data is not great. So if you have 80 or more, the data is going to be pretty accurate. Moving on. Oh, I love this part. So this is so exciting, messaging. First and foremost, ladies, I have great news for you. 100% you should message men. Absolutely, you should message men. And I'm going to explain what men go through on online dating so you just have an understanding of what we are dealing with. All right, so the guy you want is probably rather successful, probably works 40 plus hours a week, does very well, maybe manages some people, and has a pretty stressful job. Anyway, by the time he gets home, we're then asking him to spend multiple hours trying to find you on online dating. and he's already stressed out from work. And the way men work is they're not capable of multitasking. And so when they do online dating, when they're stressed out, they just continue to be further stressed out by doing it, and they never get a break. And their break comes from like watching TV or working out or whatever. Anyway, they're doing their online dating, and it's miserable. The reason being is they're looking for something very specific. So they look through a ton of pictures, then they read an entire profile, and then they message. And the interesting thing about men, when they message, they have to write something extremely specific towards you for any hope of you responding. Because most women are getting about 10 messages a day. But on the contrary, men only receive about one every 2 weeks, or maybe one a week at best. So when a man gets a message, he analyzes it to no end. He loves that message. He embraces it. He looks at every picture. He reads the profile, every word. But women, you have so many messages, you don't have time for all that. So a man, like I said, is doing a big process to send you a message. It takes him about 15 minutes to send one message. So in an hour, he can send 4 messages. So the man sends 4 messages, and most of the time he gets 0 responses. And so he's like, crap, I just spent an hour and I didn't accomplish anything. This stinks. But on the contrary, if you use my method and women send messages, we can send 50 messages in 20 minutes, probably get about 12 guys that want to go on a date with you, and then we take the 12 that want to go on a date with you, and we pick the 2 best ones. So that's what I'm going to teach you today, is how you send messages. And so little data on this, my last 8 relationships, 7 of them, the woman sent the first message. So if you're sitting there thinking, I'm a woman, I need the guy to chase me, get that out of your head immediately. I will tell you 100%, I'm still very much so a traditionalist. I believe in gender roles. I believe in men courting women. But when it comes to online dating, the woman can't ask out the guy. Now, once you go on a first date and it's absolutely magnificent, then I want you to go absolute radio silent, no texting, no calling, let him court you, let him contact you in the first 48 hours to set up the next date. Let's see if he's interested in you. But for online dating, you can ask him out. Now, reason being, men have 0 vested interest in you when it comes to just being online or just messaging. They haven't built anything in terms of really being interested in you. So that's why get him on the date, so that on the first date he's like, wow, this woman is gorgeous. She is magnificent. And then he's like talking to you and he's like, whoa, she has such an amazing personality. We have all these similar interests. This is amazing. Now you got him on the hook. But when you're just talking online and he's never met you, there's no hook. So he's going to disappear if you don't get on the date quickly, when you feel comfortable to go on it. Anyway, let's get going. Okay, like I said, you only need 90 minutes a week to accomplish this. I would suggest like a Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or Monday, Wednesday, Saturday, but basically breaking the week up. Very important, set a time, put it on your calendar, so then you know when you're going to do it. I would not suggest like stop work and do it 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there. I'd get on a schedule. Not to mention if you're doing it every day for like 5 minutes or 10 minutes or whatever, it's a lot and it's annoying. But if you just do it 3 times and you have your schedule, you get organized, you got a plan, you're ready to rock and roll. All right, I love it. Let's go. All right, so this slide's a little outdated. OkCupid doesn't look like this anymore, but bottom line is, look at the arrow. See how we're sorting by match percentage? Find that. It always starts by ordering them by special blend. We don't want that. We want to go by match percentage. We want to go after the people 90% or higher. All right, that was no big deal. Let's keep going. All right, so we're ordering by match percentage. Remember, 85% of my clients enjoy dates with 90% or higher match ratings. Very important. All right. So if you find a candidate with 90% or higher match percentage, this is 100% gold. You got to give them a chance. Now, so who should you message? We're going to do anyone above 80%, but once again, anyone above 90% is the real gold. Now, how do we decide? We're going to do it based on just their pictures initially. Now, what's interesting is you only want to put the pictures in two buckets, either gross or acceptable, and let me explain. So there was a scientific study done, and women were asked to rate men on a 0 to 10 scale. So they were rating guys, and a guy got, let's say, a 5. Then they would let the woman talk to the guy, and based on his personality, re-rate him. So the guy that was a 5, great personality, turned into a 9. Similar guy that was a 5, terrible personality, turned into a 1. So women are able to move men 4 basis points based on looks. Now on the flip side, men, same thing, can only move women 1 basis point. So if he rates a woman a 5, gets to know her personality, a 5 goes to a 6, vice versa. A 5, terrible personality, turns into a 4. Now, how is this important to you? My suggestion is don't worry so much about pictures. If he is a 4 or above, a 4 can turn into an 8. So don't get rid of guys based on photos unless they are a 3 or below. So that's why I categorize it as he is gross or he is acceptable. And acceptable includes anyone from a 4 to a 10. So if Brad Pitt is attractive to you and Brad Pitt's a 9 or a 10, he's in the acceptable bucket. If someone's a 4, that person's acceptable too. Hopefully that makes sense. So what message are you going to send? Very simple. Hi, I hope you're doing well. How is your week going? Would you be interested in grabbing a drink sometime? And then put your name. So here we can show. Actually, let's go back. Now you guys probably all think I'm crazy for doing this. You're going to send 50 of these in 20 minutes. Now when you send 50 of them, let's say 12 come back and are like, yeah, I'd love to go on a date. This is when you're going to spend some time to figure out the quality of them. And the reason we're doing this is everyone on here is super busy. So if you're busy, why spend time that the men unfortunately have to do in reading their profile and investing a time to write a specific profile, a specific message, when you have no idea if they're ready to rock and roll with you or ready to go on a date? So don't invest any time until they've come back and said, yes, I would like to go on a date with you. And reason being is, some of these guys are not checking their messages. Some of them might be in a relationship. Some of them might never check this. Who knows? There's a million reasons men don't respond. So let's just focus on the guys that are ready to go on a date with you and are interested in you. So now once, let's say 12 come back of the 50 you send, and they're ready to go on a date, then you read the 12 profiles. You look at the 12 match percentages. You spend some time on the photos. Is it a 4 or above? You read their message. Is the message terrible or is it, pretty good? All right, so let's show you how we're going to do this, and then we'll dive deeper into how you kind of vet the quality of the man. So this is the fastest way to do this, and I have to show this to you because I'm all about efficiency. So real quick, you sort by match percentage. Once again, this is an old video, so it doesn't quite look like this, but you'll get the general gist. We sorted by match percentage. We got a 99%, we got a 96, and 96 on the top. So we're going after these guys. Now notice what I'm doing. I'm right-clicking, and I put Open Link in New Tab. Super fast. We're not opening their profile. We're not spending a lot of time on this. Now at the top of my screen, you'll see I'm building a lot of tabs. We're going to message all these guys very efficiently. If you're using an Apple, you hold Command and click, and that will create a tab for you. I'm using a PC, So I'm just right-clicking and then open link in new tab. So now you hit send message. You type what you got to type. I hope you're doing well. And then we write, how is your week going? And then, would you be interested in grabbing a drink sometime? Now, if you're the type of person that doesn't want to grab a drink or wants to spend a little time talking, you can still say this. But then when they say, yes, I'd love to go out to dinner, or I'd love to. Now, let me stop here. Now, you copy this, you hit send. So we all know how to copy. You highlight, you right-click, you hit copy, or you press Control-C on a PC or Command-C on a Mac. And then when you want to paste, you right-click, hit paste, or you hit Control-V or Command-V on an Apple, and boom, you're rocking and rolling. So that's pretty cool. So that's the fastest way to do it. So you're sending the same message to 50 guys in one sitting. It should only take you 20 minutes. And you probably, once again, you still think I'm crazy. How am I going to find love if I don't read their profiles? You're super busy. You don't read the profile until they've expressly and explicitly said they want to go on a date with you. All right. So now the vetting process. Read their profile, look at the match percentage. But back once again to the message. For those of you that are not super gung-ho about going on a date right away, make sure you, once I say, yeah, I'd love to go out on Wednesday, say, wonderful, why don't you call me on Tuesday at 8 o'clock and we'll talk for 10 minutes and then figure out where we're going. So then you can at least in the 10 minutes figure out if he is still someone you want to go on a date with. I would be a little careful though. Men get extremely nervous and we say stupid things. That's our MO. So give us a break. If we're half decent on the phone, go on the date. If we just absolutely blow it to no end, then I understand, cancel the date. But give guys a chance, is all I'm going to say. Why my system works. There's no stress over what to say. You didn't engage in 3 weeks of texting that tails off. You got a date with a great guy with similar interests. Men are visual. Until they see you in person, they're not going to chase you. Thus, get an in-person date fast. Do you want help building your online dating profile? I'm sure you do. Well, I'm going to send you a second free gift. And I love this icon. I love free stuff. Everyone loves free stuff. This is awesome. All right. I'm giving everyone 15 minutes of dating advice with me. Yes, that's right. One-on-one with me. It's free. You have nothing to lose. In an email, I will send you a link and you will schedule your appointment with me. This is so cool because with so many people on this webinar, I can't answer your specific questions. I can't deal with you specifically. And I can't stand it because I love to help people and I want to help them specifically, not just in a general form. So when we get to talk on the 15 minutes, you can ask me whatever you want, whether it's online dating or dating, why men disappear, why men don't commit, anything you want to ask, and we're going to rock and roll. We're going to make it happen. And even if you're dating someone now and you're wondering what's going on in his head, why are we fighting, why isn't he calling me, why did he disappear, anything, we're going to do it. We're going to talk about it. And I'm going to give you the male opinion. And I'm excited to do it. Moving on. Oh, the other thing is the cool thing about the link is it will give you access to my calendar. So it should be pretty easy to book an appointment. You just got to click a few things and you're in, instead of you and I going back and forth. Which actually brings me a point to setting up dates. Remember we were messaging and we're like, hey, would you like to grab a drink sometime? And then the guy's going to come back and say, yes, I'd love to. In order to be efficient, so you don't have to spend all day online, say like, awesome, I'm free on Tuesday or Thursday at 8 p.m. Do not, everyone does this, say, oh, I'm free Thursday night. I hate that. Men hate that. Give us a specific time so we don't have to write another message. everyone on here is busy. The man's busy, you're busy. Just give a very specific time so you can keep moving. All right, so what are we going to talk about on my 15-minute free phone call, complimentary call? Anything you want. I am an open book. Wear my heart on my sleeve. You can ask me whatever you want. If you can't think of anything, here are some ideas. I'm more than happy. If you give me your login, we can look at your online dating profile. We can talk how to get men to commit, how to prevent men from disappearing, how to go from dating to into a relationship. We can talk about the relationship you're in if you want to try to understand men and why he does what he does. I'm great at that. This gift is for you if you are a single female, age 30 to 60, and want a husband. You are dating but not getting the results that you want. You want someone to walk you through step by step how to get and keep a man. And this is really for you if on a 0 to 10 scale, dating is at least an 8, 10 being the highest in terms of priority. So dating is a high priority, which probably for most of you, you're on here because dating is a high priority. But I'm looking to talk to people that are 8, 9s, and 10s. Quite frankly, like I believe that my system and everything I do is the most efficient system on the market. And I really don't want to work with people that this isn't really important to them, because this is my living, this is my love, and I love to help people that are ready to work and ready to get things done. And not in an unrealistic setting. I only ask that you do an hour and a half a week of online dating. So I'm not going to ask you to do anything crazy, but I want people who are motivated. And so I don't want to waste your time. I don't want to waste my time for people that are not motivated in really making this happen, getting a guy, getting a life partner, and being an authentic version of themselves, but doing it with the best strategy on the market. Now, this gift is not for you if you'd rather complain about the dating scene than work towards getting a man. I am not a therapist. I am completely and utterly a strategist, and that's what I will help you with, is strategy. You're not serious about finding a man immediately. There's no point. I'm the best at getting a man and getting a high-quality man that you can spend your life with. All my clients, the last 10 clients that I can think of that are in a relationship are still in a relationship, including one that got engaged 5 weeks ago. And then I have a few that are in 1.5-year long relationships. So I'm all about finding guys for my clients and making sure they're the right guys that they can have a long relationship with. And if you don't want to go on in-person dates, my system's not going to work for you because you got to go on dates. Let's keep moving. A final note. I offer this gift to everyone because I believe everyone deserves love. This is my passion. I want to get people in love. I want to see you succeed. So I would love to talk to all of you. There's a lot of you on here, and so this is going to be a lot of my time that I'm giving away complimentary. So I hope you understand that I'm doing this because I'm so passionate about everyone finding love, and this means the world to me. Anyway, I cannot wait to hear your story. I cannot wait to find you love. And it is possible. And now we're going to be doing a little sponsorship if Paulina's around to talk about this. Paulina, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Thank you so much, Mike. That was amazing how much value, how many strategies you shared, and specific practical tools that you've shown to everyone who's been live with us right now, and who are going to watch a replay. Definitely make sure that you take notes and you rewind, you go back to some of the key points about your photos and things to include in your profile, and try a strategy that Mike offered. It's very different from from what other experts are teaching, from what I teach, but it is a strategy. So the way to know if it works for you is to test it. So see how it works, and also enables you to practice a lot of other skills like expressing what you want, communicating, flirting, setting boundaries, saying no, which is a great skill. When you get so many date invitations, you'll select your maybe top 2 or 3 for that week. So now I'd like to thank our partners and also talk a little bit about FirstMet. FirstMet is the official sponsor of our event, and thanks to FirstMet, we've been able to put all these amazing things together. And what I love about FirstMet, and we talk about it with Alex Harrington, the CEO of FirstMet. I included that interview in the email, and you had access to it in the replay as well, is that FirstMet makes it super easy to start online dating. So now that you learn all the strategies, if you're not ready yet to invest into an online dating site and pay the fee, or you are dating already, let's say you're already on OkCupid and you want to expand the opportunities to meet more people and practice more, then definitely consider FirstMet because it takes less than a minute to join and you immediately start connecting with men. So you can start sending those messages, right? You can change your social media settings, your Facebook profile picture using Mike's strategy and advice, and again test and see how it works. So FirstMet makes it very easy for you to connect and start interacting with a lot of men. And the second partner, Mike, if you could just change and you can sign up firstmet.com/MR, right? And also really excited to share with you. It's a different kind of website. Elite Singles is it's a online dating site where if you're really serious, you're willing to take it to that next level. Maybe you've tried some free online dating sites and you want to again test and diversify and see the kind of people you will meet through more. It requires an investment. It's an upscale website where no discounts, so it is elite in every way, and it is for people who are serious. So just the whole application process, completing the personality test and going through a step-by-step process requires some effort, and it also is an indicator of the kind of people you're going to encounter, who put more effort, who take it seriously, who are willing to invest their time and money as well and energy into this. So Elite Singles is our partner, and we have a special link that again you can access via any of your emails that you got from me. It just makes it easier for you to access that and takes you right there so you can get started. So, and lastly, if you ladies have any questions, then just we didn't have time to respond to them. In addition to the one-on-one session, you can just send your questions now and we can address them, whether it's in your one-on-one conversation or via a future emails. We'll definitely cover some, and we might have another event similar to this where we do a live panel or another webinar. So just adding more value to you. And finally, what I'm really excited to share with you is our big surprise bonus. So because you stayed till the end, because you show your commitment, you made the time, you're here, you're learning, you're absorbing all the teachings from all of our experts, I want to make sure that you didn't miss anything, and you're a busy woman. We all have busy schedules and many commitments. So what we're doing, my team and I, we are going to open access to all the sessions, so over 30 sessions with our amazing, incredible, generous experts, so that starting tomorrow morning for the next 5 days, you can watch or you can listen to replays of all the interviews, including the opening webinar, the live Q&A expert panel on how to uncover and resolve hidden blocks that you don't even know you had. We'll make sure that replay of this webinar is available to everyone. So again, you can watch, rewind, take notes, implement the strategies that you learn and all the sessions, as I said. So make sure to plan, book some time in your calendar, right? Because it's in your calendar, it doesn't exist. And go through the program again this weekend. Engage in our Facebook community. So if you have any feedback, if you create wins from this webinar, you start dating online, whether you joined First Met or you maybe start affiliate singles, and you use Mike's strategies, then definitely share, post, tag Mike and I, let us know, share in the group, or just email us. So the open replay, 5 days starting from tomorrow. Please access, it's all open for you, and of course let your single girlfriends know, anyone who you know will benefit from this free training. It's absolutely free for the next 5 days because we want to create the most value for you. And it's not the end, because there will be more surprises, but that's what the surprise is. So just stay tuned, and we'll be getting more amazing things in the next few days. So Mike, I want to thank you so much for sharing today your best secrets that create incredible results. 83% success. That is absolutely amazing. And it really shows that you know your stuff, it works. So if it works for your clients, then it can work for anyone who's listening or watching right now. So definitely implement the strategies. And I'm a big believer. So if you take a recipe, then, if you're baking a chocolate cake, then follow the recipe, because if you substitute something, it's just not going to taste the same. So go for it, study it, and use the whole approach. Just, maybe use it for a week and see what happens. And I guarantee you that online dating will work for you, because it's just like meeting people. It's just meeting people online. So meeting people works, and meeting people online works as well. It's just the skill that you learn, and the quality of your skill, the level of your skill, the mastery of it will determine the kind of results you get. So thank you so much, Mike. If you have a last piece of guidance that you want everyone to walk away with from this webinar today, what would it be?
So if I had to leave them with one thing, I would just reiterate that it's all about being specific in your profile. That's how you get into the top 5%. Because obviously the photos are the gatekeeper. That's what gets the guy to read your profile. But once they're in your profile, if you want to find a guy that's going to be a life partner, he's got to really know who you are. And by being specific about what your life really is and what you do, and tell stories, not just give adjectives, he'll know exactly who you are. And if he's like, wow, this is the woman of my dreams, then he's going to have to message you. And if you create that over and over again, you're going to get a lot of guys that write some serious messages because they're found something that triggered them, that they needed to message you. Those are the guys you go on dates with, and those are the guys that are messaging you because they want who you are. Paulina, one last thing though. There's a bunch of questions here. Do we have time to answer any of them?
I would say let's bring our conversation. We have literally a couple minutes left. Let's bring our conversation to our Facebook group. We have a closed private Facebook group so that you, Mike, can post them and share them and engage in a discussion, talk about some of the strategies, give some coaching, because when you respond in the group setting, other women will see it and can engage, and also maybe if they missed the webinar, will learn about you and be able to take advantage of that free gift that you offered, or actually a couple of them. So just make sure you share all of that in the Facebook group. Sound good?
That sounds perfect. I definitely want as many people as possible to benefit from the answers. So we'll definitely try to get as many of them answered on the Facebook group as possible.
Excellent. Thank you so much. So yeah, so the key here is show. So show with your pictures, show with your story, who you are. And also show us in our Facebook group and our community what your profile looks like now, if you'd like some feedback, or just share with us the story of how the strategies are working for you, and just share with us overall experience of being in this event. So that's a great way to practice and become a great storyteller and share more about who you are. So thank you so much, everyone. It was such a joy to have you here, and we'll stay in touch. Thank you, Mike.
Thank you, Paulina, and thank you all the attendees. I know I'm long-winded, so I appreciate all of you bearing with me and sticking with me. If you do have any further questions, definitely email me, datingcoachmike at gmail.com, and I'll be on the Facebook Meet and Marry Mr. Right. I don't always check it, so please tag me. So hit the @ button and put @Mike Goldstein or @EZ Dating Coach, the letter EZ Dating Coach, and then I will definitely answer. And I'm excited to answer all those questions. So thank you, Paulina, and thank you, everyone else, and everyone have a fabulous day.